Welcome back to episode 209 of the Gun Guns podcast. I'm your host, Troy.
And I'm your other host, Doug.
We use this podcast to talk about guns. I'm getting feedback. It always throws me off.
Mute. Now you're good. Great. Now you're good.
I can hear again. All right. Sorry, I'm on the road, so this is going to be a messed up episode anyway. I'm your host, Troy. We talk about, we use the podcast to talk about guns and responsible Christian gun owners' interest. On this show, we'll be talking about why we didn't go to NRAAM annual meetings. Why didn't we go to the NRA, Doug?
You're in Florida, and I'm still working on the house. Trying to get moved.
The compound.
Yes, I am.
We want to thank our bandwidth sponsor, the Firearms Radio Network. Appreciate them sponsoring our show content out there so you guys can download it at your convenience. And
also Crossbreed holsters. If you're carrying a gun, you should be carrying a Crossbreed. Check our buddies out at crossbreedholsters.com. Carry the cross.
Carry the cross. Hey, if you're at the NRA annual meeting, make sure you stop by and tell them how much you appreciate supporting our show.
Absolutely.
And make sure you go by and say hello to Carol and to Murray and Nathan and Nico, and whoever else is there.
They got a crew, man. I was looking at they posted a Facebook picture earlier of the NRAAM 2018 crew. Man, there's a bunch of them this year.
Yeah, there was only about 7 up in Louisville. I bet they probably got 15 or 20 down there.
Yeah, they're not playing around this trip.
Good deal. Well, we appreciate that. This week's God and Gun Activities, Doug. What have you been up to?
Godside's Sportsman's Daily Devotional. Of course, I finished my other one, so I want to find another one to start doing too. Sunday I missed church because I was working at the. I know, dude. All I have done is I work my 9 hours at my regular job, get off, come home, change clothes, and head to the compound and start working out there. And I haven't been home before probably 10 o'clock. One night the last 2 weeks.
Sad, man.
It is.
That's sad.
Turkey season's been in, and I've been one time.
One time.
You know, that's not like me not to go hunting.
I know. It's sad.
It's sad, but true.
There's turkeys out there waiting for you, man.
They are. My shotgun is still sitting in my living room, propped up against the door facing.
That's sacrilege right there.
From where I went 2 weeks ago. It's horrible.
Terrible.
But let's see. But that's pretty much what I've been doing. Of course, everyday carry. I've been carrying my gun every chance I get the opportunity. We actually had a police officer get shot the other night here, not in Warner Robins, but Centerville, which is Centerville and Warner Robins are all like Centerville's out where you stay normally.
Yeah.
He got caught on domestic disturbance or something, and next thing you know, he was shot. And I got several buddies of mine that are on the police force, and I found out it was Centerville, and I texted my buddy just to make sure he was all right, and it was one of his corporals, and he got shot in the abdomen, and they was dragging him back over behind the car to give him some cover, and the guy shot him in the foot.
Oh wow!
So, but he's expected to make a full recovery. He posted a picture the other day in the hospital, and he was like this, So,
wow,
he must be feeling better. So, hopefully all goes well with him.
So, was it the wife or the husband that shot him?
The husband. or it was a guy that shot him. I'm not sure what all happened out there, but it's just crazy. It's crazy nonsense, man.
Yep.
I've been working a deal on a new Glock, trying to pick one up. So I'll let you know how that works out.
Yeah, let me know how that works out for you. I
I
found
didn't.
one in a pond somewhere or something.
I didn't even have to go to MeWe to find it.
Oh well, we'll see.
It's
I
gonna
should have
work
brought
out.
it with me. I would, but I was already carrying about 6 guns. I thought, I was actually in a hurry to get out because we were trying to leave. When we left the house, we were leaving at like 10 o'clock. Our plan was leave at 10 o'clock in the night, drive through, so we could bust through Atlanta about 4 o'clock. And we ended up not getting down there till almost 11. And Gunner drove the first leg of the trip, and he's driving exactly 70. He's a by the book, squared off. He don't go over 70. He don't go less than 70. He goes 70.
70.
I'm like, Gunner, you gotta pick it up. I ain't paying for a ticket. It's like, we gotta get to Atlanta by 4 o'clock. I said we gotta shoot through there before all that traffic picks up. And somewhere around, I think we were around. Oh, what's that hill? Mount Eagle. We was at about Mount Eagle, and I said I'm taking over, and I hopped in, hammered it down. We busted through Atlanta about 4:15, and there was a little bit of construction. I would hate to have been there during the regular hours because that construction took it from 6 lanes down to 2 lanes.
Ooh.
Coming down the northbound.
Uh-huh.
It backed up for about a mile, and I was like, man, this is crazy. 4 o'clock in the morning, you can't get through Atlanta at 4 o'clock in the morning. And after that, it opened back up, and I hit the, whatever you call it, the
HOV lane.
HOV lane, yeah. And we don't have those out in Kentucky. We don't have no HOV lanes.
No.
Hit that and just hammered down and rocked through, and then had breakfast with you.
We did.
Yeah.
We got to get together and have a little breakfast at the IHOP.
Yeah. Kid said, hey, I'm hungry. Let's stop meet. That was before we got to Atlanta. I said, you got to wait till we get through Atlanta before we eat.
Yeah.
I like, we're going to get through Atlanta. We're going to get through Macon. I said, we're going to stop at Doug's Town. I said, maybe he's up. Maybe he'll be able to come have breakfast with us. We texted you and you said, yeah. And hit the IHOP. First customers in.
Yeah, we was. First one's there for the day.
Yeah, they opened up the door in front of us. We pulled in. They would come up and open up the doors. We pulled in. So it was a good trip. It was we had 4 drivers and 3 of us drove, and I got to actually sleep on this trip, which doesn't happen often. I slept for about 3 hours. It's about a 15-hour trip with all the pit stops from our house to there. We had it in the breakfast, so it was about 16 and a half, 70 hours. Doug has left the building. So
I had to shut my door. I could hear the TV. The wife's in there watching something.
There, telling what you hear here. There's a fire department like down the street, about 3 blocks, and so they fire up about every 15 minutes. In retirement community, the ambulance and fire department's always running.
Yeah,
I heard something open up.
Yeah, that was. I didn't get it all the way shut. And Ella decided she was going to come back in.
Come visit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have no microphone to cover up my face. I can't do what was the guy that was always on TV? Tim.
Oh, Wilson?
Yeah, Wilson. I can do the Wilson. Put something in front of my face. All right. So, was that all your gun stuff?
That was it, man. It's just been a slow week. I told you I hadn't got to. Well, I hadn't got to bed before 11:30 this week, or last 2 weeks, really. And last night I actually got home decently early, and I come in and laid down. I think I laid down about 9:30, and I said, I'm going to bed. I'm going to get a little sleep. 3 o'clock this morning, man, wide awake. So I've been up ever since.
That works.
Yeah.
Let's see. I haven't got hardly any sleep this week, seems like. So my God and gun stuff, I'm looking over there because my iPad's over there. My binoculars out. Okay, so on the God side, we went to church here at my parents' place is on what's this on Singer Island, which is just north of Palm Beach, one island, just across the bay from Palm Beach. And we would go to where is it? We go to? I never can remember the name of that church. It's I'm looking for my notes. I know I wrote it in my notes. I can find my notes. Christ Fellowship. I never can remember because it's not a Baptist church. Christ Fellowship. Actually, I think it was a Baptist church. It's somewhere between a Baptist church and a Presbyterian church. It's a mega church. I think they got like 7 campuses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's a big church. I don't know. They got like I don't know how many they got meet every Sunday. It's crazy, but they've got a lot of pastors there and everything. So it was cool. I enjoy their services. It's quick. It's a production. You know those big mega churches. It's like a TV show. It's just all thrown together on a time schedule, and man, everybody hits their mark. And but it was a good message. It was good music. It was good worship, and people are always friendly there. Kids like it, and so my parents like it. So we are all able to worship together, and we got done. I was walking out and saw the pastor, and thought, might say hello to him. And he had a whole crowd around him as usual. Went to lunch with my parents, and we're sitting in the restaurant. And in comes the pastor into the restaurant, stops over and says hello, hello to us. And so we get to talk to him for a second. And then Daphne goes over. My uncle, my mom's brother, has been in the hospital this week, most of this last week. And so Daphne took upon herself to go over and ask him to pray for Sam. And so we stopped by to see Sam after we had lunch, and Sam said, I had a dream about the pastor at the church was talking to me and told me, that I was going to get better and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, wow, that's the same time. The dream was the same time as he was praying for him. So it was pretty cool how God works, how God speaks. And he started feeling better, and he's out of the hospital now. So
good.
God answers prayer. So he's still got a long ways to go. My grandmother's been in the hospital this week. My uncle's been in the hospital this week. My mom's about run herself ragged. We've ran all over the place, taking people to the doctors, hospitals, getting drugs at the drugstore, going and getting food. And today we've been working on my grandmother's condo. It had a lot of repairs, and so I worked on repairs, putting doors back up and cleaning windows and mopping floors and just deep spring cleaning, because she just isn't able to. I mean, she's 93. She's not getting around very good at all. My uncle's in bad shape, who's staying with her, and he's not able to do it. So me and the kids all hit it hard today and knocked it out. And then, so we've been down here taking care of mom and dad and uncle and aunt and grandma. So it's been a busy about a week and a day, I guess it is. We've been here. So, and been talking, got renters that have problems. So I've been on the phone with renters, and I'm trying to get this mission trip squared away. I had 3 new people join up on the mission team today, and trying to secure hotel rooms and what else? Working on taxes and trying to get. I'm trying to read my notes. They're so far away. Can I see? Oh, whatever. But just lots of things going on. So that's why I didn't go to the NRAAM. I mean, we'll knock it out of the park right here. I got family issues. I got mission trips. I got other church events. I've got things I got to take care of there. I've got my son getting married 3rd week of June. I've got nephew graduating in a couple weeks. I got one of my daughter's best friends graduating the week before that, and we just got so much on our plate. There's just no way. And then we're still not getting out of here for a while. And I'm supposed to be putting up fence because I got cattle's coming, and I didn't get the fence done. So I got that to do when I get home before I go on the mission trip.
Never fails, does it?
I know, it's just like I need to get a job so I have some time to myself, man.
Hey, dude, I was proud of myself the other day. I told you when it rains, it pours. My air conditioner went out, and the very next day, the pump on my pool motor went out.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like, man, what else? So I got the air conditioner fixed. That was relatively cheap fix. And then I said, well, I'm gonna tackle it. I've been into this handyman mode lately. I don't feel like Al though off of Tool Time. I
Uh-huh.
feel more like Tim Allen because if it's going to happen, if somebody's going to wind up in the hospital, it's going to be me. So
That would be John. John's the one who always ends up in the hospital.
well, normally, but he actually knows what he's doing when it comes to this stuff. I'm just winging it, and I said I'm going to tackle this pool pump. I'm going to put that joker in. I'm going to do it myself. I got on Amazon, found it, bought it, got it shipped to the house. It came in, and the other night I'd been over at the compound working, and I came home. I think it was last Saturday. I came home, and it was still light. It was still a little light outside. I said I'm going to put that pool motor in, and I commenced to disassembling the other one. And that joker flew into pieces, parts everywhere. And I was like, I hope I can remember where all these things go. Putting it back together was not the problem for me. The electrical is the problem for me. I do not like electricity. I like the fact that I have electricity, but I don't like messing with it. So I made sure every breaker that could possibly be off was off. Turned it off in the house, turned it off out at the pool, and then turned the actual breaker for the pump off. And then I tested with my voltage meter, a bunch of times just to make sure there was nothing coming through it, and put it all back together. It took me about an hour and a half on a job that probably should have took me 30 minutes. Now I know how to do it, and put it all back together. Didn't leak, and the pool is running. And
cool.
It was a go team moment. Yay me!
It reminded me we were trying to order a pool liner, and I sent the print to the pool guy like 6 weeks ago. He was supposed to get me a quote like 6 weeks ago, and then 5 weeks ago, and then 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and he was supposed to have a quote before we left. And I got a call yesterday. He's like, "This print doesn't work." I'm like, "Dude, it's the one that was ordered. That the liner was ordered with." Nah, it can't be. You don't have all the dimensions on it. I'm like, there's 2 pages, right? Don't. No, don't. Okay. So 6 weeks later, we're still waiting for a quote. It was supposed to be here yesterday. So I don't know if we're ever going to have a pool this summer or not. It might just be closed all summer. We're going to be gone half the summer anyway on mission trips and youth trips and all kinds of stuff going on. So, oh well. The wife's not happy, but I'm still not out $5,000 for a liner, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was it? What'd you have to pay for your liner last one?
3.
3?
Yep.
Did you order it yourself or what?
No, I had a pool guy, pool company order it for me. He came out and got all the measurements and all that good stuff. And he put it in and dropped it in for me, the whole 9 yards. So
For 3?
Mm-hmm.
And you get a second quote. How big is your pool? I can't remember.
18 by 36.
Well, it's not much smaller. Ours is 20 by 40, so it should be pretty close to price. It's not but 2 feet either way, 2 feet, 4 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be close.
I think he's talking about $5,000, and I'm like, $5,000? That seems awful high.
That does seem like a lot.
You may get to get me another quoter. Where we're at, there's not very many pool people that come out as far as we are. We have to get some friends and order it myself and just put it in.
Yeah. Just make sure you get you a shop vac and drill you some holes in the tube and slide down in there so it sucks all the air out from the liner when you do it.
Holes in what?
Have you ever seen them do that? What they do is they'll take like a blower motor or something, or a shop vac, and on the end of the hose they'll take and drill holes in it. So when it sucks up on there, it can still get air out from under it, and they'll slide one on one side at the pool, where your liner goes in. They'll push that down in there, and they'll put one on the other side and turn both of them on after you get the liner put in.
Mm-hmm.
You turn that joker on, man, it'll suck that pool liner all the way up to the walls tight, and just let it run, and then start filling your pool up. Get it about halfway full, and then you can pull those out of there, tape them, but then you can pull it off and tuck your liner in and go ahead and finish the rest of the pool, and it keeps it nice and tight so there's no wrinkles in it.
Cool.
Works like a champ, man.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see. That's pretty much all my God stuff. I've been carrying every day, beach carry. So pocket carry for me, where my Springfield XDS in my right pocket, 45 ACP, big old hole right there.
Oh.
So that's my right pocket, and then my left pocket, of course, is my Glock 26, and it's still over here in my pocket. So, and then I keep a spare 26 mag. I keep a spare 17 mag in a cargo pocket, and my notes are falling over because my pad thing is broke. As usual, everything's falling apart. So there's that. I can't carry an auto knife here in Florida unless you will go to prison for 6 months. Auto knives are illegal in Florida. So I just have a standard little clip knife. And then my flashlight, which I don't know where my flashlight is. I must have lost it in the car or still in the bedstand or something. I'll have to find it. It was on this morning, so somewhere between here and who knows where it's there. What else is there? I can't see my notes, so that's about it. That's my concealed carry stuff too. Covered all that. Oh, enhanced lifesaver. I've got a tourniquet in my right cargo pocket, and that's pretty much my concealed carry. What you carrying?
My Gen 4 Glock 19 and my Super Tuck Crossbreed Deluxe holster. And also, I did have a little gun activity this week. I actually forgot about that. I took the Prodigal Glock down to the gunsmith. And, I had the sights readjusted, because I guess it was used to being shot like that.
Sideways. Had a slant to it.
Yeah, it was. Hold it that way, it actually was hitting. So you turn it back up, and it's like, nope. So I took it down, and I told my buddies down at the gun shop, I said, y'all got a Glock tool that you can press the sights with? He's like, yeah, man. I said, I need to get my sight fixed or moved over a little bit. He said, yeah, bring it down. So I took it down at lunch the other day and got him to actually slide it back to the center. So I haven't shot it since I did it, but I know it was off because every time I shot, I was about that far to the left, and I put, I don't know, 10 or 12 rounds in a circle about that big around. So I know I was hitting, and I know it was shooting right, but it was just off. And my buddy, I was telling you last week, my buddy Scott shot it as well, and he was off to the left as well. That's when we started looking at it and saw that the sight was pressed over to the side. But I did get that fixed, and I bought I bought an extra mag for it because I only had one mag for it. I don't know what I had another 40 mag somewhere, but I probably got rid of it when I got rid of all my 40 stuff when I thought the Prodigal Glock would never return. But lo and behold, there she is. She's home.
Yeah. Well, you can buy you a Lone Wolf, get you a Lone Wolf drop-in barrel for it, and you shoot 9 out of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I could. That's what I need to do, actually. Because I got no reason for it's the only 40 I got. Only ammo I got. My brother brought me 3 little boxes of ammo that he had for his 40, and
Kentucky State Police's 40, wasn't
they? Yeah, he said, "You want this?" I was like, "Well, yeah, bring it down." I hate to get rid of. I don't want to get rid of the gun because that was my first Glock. Yeah. And it returned home. It came home. So I'm gonna have to keep it.
Yeah, I got my first Glock. My first Glock was a Glock 20, a 10 millimeter, and I still got it. It stays in the safe more than anything else. But now that I've been reloading 10 millimeter, I might I might start shooting it more. I've been building up all that. I traded for some brass and some a bunch of supplies, reloading supplies, and there was a ton of 40 cal 10 millimeter bullets in there, 180 grain bullets. So I loaded up, I don't know, 900 rounds of 10 millimeter with the powder I had and the bullets I traded for. So I've still probably got another 400 rounds of 40 cal slash 10 millimeter bullets.
Do you reload 9?
Yeah,
Dude,
it's not feasible, but I've got it in case Hillary ever jumps back in the slot. So
when you come back through here, remind me, and I probably got, I don't know, a couple thousand rounds of brass
okay,
that you can have. I got a bunch of.
you're not gonna reload? I thought you got that reloader.
I got it, man. I ain't got with all my other things that I get into and dealing with the compound. I just ain't got time.
You might save it for a rainy day.
Well, I might. I don't know. I need Mike come down and
It's a long way for Mike.
I know, show me how to set this thing up.
Who's the other guy? He's from Carolina, isn't he? The other guy that's on their show.
Jeremy's from Arkansas.
He's closer. The other guy moved to North Carolina. What's his name? The older guy. Yeah, him.
Dude, I cannot remember saving my life.
Reloading podcast. We're talking about those guys. So for you all that are out there listening and wondering why we're babbling on about the Reloading podcast is what we're talking about.
Because Mike helped you set your reloader up, didn't he?
Yeah, he gave me a lot of good advice and helped me pick through what was good and bad and ugly and everything else.
I need to set up when I get out to the compound. Get my bench and stuff set up in my shop. Maybe I can start. Maybe I can start messing with it then.
Pardon, didn't mean to cough in y'all's ears. I might have to cough in your ears again. I'm gonna hit the. Okay, I'm back.
It's like you had a muffler that time. I didn't hear a thing.
Yeah, I hit the mute button for you guys this time. Let's see.
You did it.
I muted it. Okay, so that's all of our concealed carry, and we've just rambled on here like we don't know what we're doing. Comedy Corner, you got a joke.
Comedy Corner. It's called The Fishing Trip. A priest, a minister, and a rabbi on a fishing trip. The rabbi says he wanted to get a drink, so he walks off the boat across the water, grabs a drink, and a few minutes later he's back in the boat. So the minister says, I think I would like to have a drink too. So he walks across the water, gets his drink, comes back to the boat. So the priest thinks to himself, well, if God let them walk on water, he'll let me too. And he leaves the boat. The priest sinks like a rock into the lake. The rabbi turns to the minister and says, guess he didn't know we were where the stepping stones were.
Yep. I remember that one. That's an old one. I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I can't remember if we'd done it.
Probably. My dad told me that joke probably 25, 30 years, 35 years ago. I may have been in high school, man. So John said it's Jim Fleming.
Yeah, Jim. That's it.
So we thank you, John, for helping our our brains that don't work. We'll put it that way.
I'm lucky I can remember what day of the week it is this week.
I tell you, man, I'm just running every which way but left on stuff going on, and I'm trying to work all this on my one computer. I'm used to having both computers with 3 monitors, and I'm trying to jump through hoops here for you guys. I don't know where I'm at. Okay, where's my notes at? Notes are over here. Oh no, they're over there. Okay, so that was a Comedy Corner. I had some feedback, and as usual, I've lost it. I'll find it and read it another time. Our Bible verse this week is coming from Matthew 24, verses 3 through 14. Actually, I'm not going to read all that. I'm going to just read 9 through 14 because I'll never make it through all that without a coughing fit. Matthew 24, 9 through 14. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and put you to death, and you will be hated by all the nations for my name's sake. This is Jesus speaking. And then many will fall away and betray one another and hate one another. And many false prophets will rise and lead many astray. And because of the lawlessness will be increased, the love of many will grow cold. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all the nations, and then the end will come. And these verses came to me, or have been coming to me a lot in the last 6 months, I guess. It's just the lawlessness that you see around you, the corruption that you see around you is increasing. Does that seem? I mean, does that not seem the way it is to you, Doug? I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like no one really cares, or the people who are supposed to be taking care of prosecuting crime are letting the criminals and the politicians go scot free, and the ones of us who are obeying the law are continually attacked as the reason that other people commit crimes. It makes no sense. It's like the innocent are guilty, the guilty are innocent, and it's just increasing at a snowballing effect. I don't know if our listeners feel that way. I will see them because there's like 5 screens between me and them. Let's see. But it's just I don't know. John's out there. If it seems like that to you, it's just continually every news cycle, everything that comes up, the innocent are being persecuted, and the guilty and the people who are flaunting their sin in front of everyone are being rewarded. And that's just symbolic of the times, right? It's symbolic of the end times. It's symbolic of the persecution that will be coming to us as believers. And we're told we're going to be persecuted. Outside of America, people are dying big time. Christians, that is, are being persecuted and being killed all over the world. And our time is coming. And so, the point that we need to make sure is that when we're sharing the gospel, because we should be sharing the gospel, we should be staying in love, and we should be reflecting God's love in this lost and fallen world, because God isn't through saving people yet. If God were through saving people, we could take our stuff and run to the woods and be ready to fight it out. But there are people around you, people in your life, family members, people you don't even know yet, that need to know about Jesus. And while we have the opportunity, and before it's too late, make sure that you're opening your mouth and you're sharing that gospel. And don't give up. And don't get cold-hearted. In the verse there, it says, many will grow cold. Let's see, verse 12. And because of the lawlessness will be increased, the love of many will grow cold. And I feel that myself, I have to fight that feeling of wanting to say, well, you're getting what you deserve because God's coming, kind of thing. And I have to, remember, I was bought for a price. My sin is no less or greater than anyone else's sin. I was bought for the same price as everyone else, and that I need to be sharing that good news, that gospel. Gospel means the good news. The good news is there is a Savior, and there is someone who has paid that penalty for your sin. There's someone that will forgive you if you recognize who He is and ask forgiveness and turn from your sin and follow Him. That's the good news. The bad news is that their end is coming, and it won't be far. And everyone in every generation probably has said that since Jesus was here. But when you see the amount of lawlessness and corruption and evil upon this world right now, maybe we've just been sheltered from it. What do you think, Doug?
I don't know. It's getting worse and worse, man. We were having a conversation at work the other day about being in high school, man, and parking your truck right outside the school, rifle in the back window, shotgun in the back window.
Mm-hmm.
We carried a knife on our pocket.
Yeah, big buck knife all the time.
Big buck knife all the time. And yeah, you never thought about cutting somebody with it. It was a tool, man.
Yeah.
And you can't do none of that stuff anymore.
No.
Do you see? I don't know if you saw that. These snowflakes, man. They're killing me. They a little boy. They expelled a kid the other day because he was in a video with his dad at a gun range, and the school saw it and expelled him from school. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know, that's stupid. I mean, that's almost like criminal behavior for that school to do.
Yeah.
Because they're getting involved in something that has nothing to do with them. That's that father and son's personal time. They have no right to try to control what happens in that period of time. They're not in charge of that child. They're not that child's guardian. I mean, they want to be. That's where they're going with it. They want to be in control of the children's destination and programming. They want to make that child into a little atheist like the rest of them. But it's just getting to the point where you can see the lawlessness is blooming every day. Excuse me. I had a Reuben for supper, and it's trying to talk to me or talk to you all. It's already talked to me. So I'm trying to get to these notes.
That's just like the other day. I cannot for the life of me remember the city where the two officers were having lunch in a restaurant, and the guy walks in and kills both of them having lunch.
Yep. Yeah, it's. I mean, evil is just on the growth. I mean, you see. I mean, going by what what I'm hearing from the Catholic Church is that the number of exorcisms are on the rise. Of number of requests from families to have exorcisms to cast out demons. Just seeing the amount of crime increase in our own community. It's just exploding in LaRue County, of all places, our county. I mean, it's a little county in Kentucky, which is a little state. And the number of crimes and the criminal activity going on, how people are trying to steal everything that's loose.
Mm-hmm.
We had just the criminal behavior of the drivers. I mean, they had a thing in the paper this week where they had an accident scene and people were driving through the accident scene. The police officers had the road blocked off so people wouldn't drive through while they were trying to get these people out of the road, loaded up in ambulances. People were driving through the glass, driving through the accident scene, about running over police officers trying to get through the traffic. Had no care for the people there, the police officers, the emergency responders, and now they're going to set roadblocks to have talks. I don't agree with that. They should be setting up roadblocks. That's just going to annoy people further. But they should, have busted those people that would try and drive through there. And I mean, since I've gotten my ham license, I have this radio on, just on scan, just to hear what's going on, the local repeaters and the local police departments and fire departments and stuff. Man, they're running all day long, all night long. Criminal activity, family abuse situations, domestic abuse. They've got children running away from home, welfare checks and stuff, and bank robberies and just everything going on in our little town. This is like, what has happened to LaRue County? But it's that way everywhere. My ham radio friends like, man, it's like that everywhere. Crime is busting out everywhere, and people don't care. They just gonna do what they're gonna do. I mean, we were here in Florida. We went to go get some batteries for my dad's little hover around thing, and I'm in the car. My son went in to pick him up. They'd already called and ordered him to pick him out or whatever. He just wanted to pick him up. I was sitting in the car with my daughter, and here comes a guy up trying to get in our car. I'm like, dude, you picked the wrong car.
Wrong car, buddy.
I cracked the window just enough to say, "Get back." And he's like, I was like, he was drunk or doped up or something. Man, I need some money. And I'm like, get back. And he was standing there trying to grab. I just stepped out of the car and I put my hand in the position. He started backing up. Man, it's all right, man. It's okay. And I'm like,
It's not okay.
No, it's not okay. But it's that like the drugstore where my parents get their medicine at. There you see criminal activity from the drive-through window. You can see criminal activity, people selling drugs like
Oh, yeah.
60 yards away. You pull into a Walmart parking lot, you see people out there swapping drugs and stuff. It's like God is not in this current. I don't know. It's just like godlessness is just everywhere. Just
Rampant.
heathen behavior is everywhere, and just people that should be sharing the gospel are wrapped up in that same garbage. People that you and I went to school with, that grew up in the church, are involved in that junk. And I'm
Oh, yeah.
like, you guys know better than this. So that's what the verses are talking about. You can't turn cold to this situation. You gotta understand, you gotta stay committed. You gotta stay sharing the gospel. You gotta stay plugged into the word. If all you watch and all you hear is TV and radio or internet or Facebook or whatever, even this show is not enough. You got to be plugged into the word yourself. You have to absorb the word so that it's in you. When you hear things that are not of God's worldview, of what God wants for you, when you hear that, you should reject it straight out. And the only way that that happens is that's in your scriptures, in your mind, in your heart. If you know the word and just live on that word as your source of truth, then this stuff that you're being bombarded with will bounce off and fly off of you. It will offend you, but you understand that the lost are lost. They're not going to behave like God calls us to be because they don't know the scriptures. They don't know the word. If they did know the word, they've forgotten the word. The friends that we went to school with and we're in a church group and things like that have wandered off into the wilderness is because they didn't know the word. They didn't love God and put it in their heart. And so share with them, share with your friends, share with your family. Don't give up on them. It's it's easy to write people off.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see the effects of sin and see the effects of evil upon their lives and see how they will suffer for that, then it will help you keep your heart warm to share the gospel. And I've rambled on enough. Doug, anything else you want to add?
No, I'm with you on that one.
It just hurts me, man. It hurts me to see the people who know better, that grew up with us, are just letting the world carry them off to hell. I mean, that's what's happening. They're just wandering off to hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they don't have the word of God in their hearts to reject the lies of the devil, to reject the lies that's being sold to them 24/7 on cable, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. They don't have that worldview. They need that Christian worldview based upon the truth of the scripture. And so that's going to be our Bible verses for this week. Matthew 24. I read verses 9 through 14. Spared you the first 6 verses there. I was going to All right, our main topic, the NRAAM, the NRA annual meeting. I already voted for Adam Kraut back when I got my ballot. I guess it was back in March. I got my ballot and voted for Adam. So I saw a lot of my buddies at SHOT. I would like to see a lot of you guys there, but as I said, we just got so much going on. There's just no way I could have went and justified it. Plus, I've got 2 more, maybe 3 more trips this year, and it's just busting our budget with all the other things we've got going on. And I just really don't care to go to Dallas.
Not really.
I mean, I went to Houston, which I didn't care to go to either, but I just, with all the things I got on my plate, and the way the NRA has treated us lately, as far as Patriots go, I'm just not the happiest with them. They're still the biggest thing out there. But I'm a lifetime member of the Second Amendment Foundation. I'm a life member of Gun Owners of America. So I'm supporting every group I can with all I can do, and I'm buying memberships for family and friends. But driving 1,200 miles from my house because I'm not going to fly to Dallas and spending a grand on hotel rooms and probably another $500 on food and uh, all the other things that go along with expensive traveling that distance. It's just I couldn't justify it with my wife and my family to spend that kind of money on it. I mean, we don't make enough on this show to pay for any of those trips. Uh, we're paying for maybe our bandwidth, and that's about it. Not our bandwidth, but our website and some of our podcasting equipment and some of our advertising. But that's about it. And so all these trips are coming out of my pocket. And I already went to Shot and did the show up in Louisville, and I've done some other things for the show that I've pulled out of my own pocket, and I just couldn't justify NRA this year. Now it's going to be in Indianapolis next year, so I'm sure I'll be there in Indianapolis.
Is that where it's at next year?
Yeah, it's going to be back up in Indianapolis. I don't like the venue there. It's small. It's really too small of a venue for the NRA. They need a bigger place than they have been using, but it's close to home. I can swing that. So we're going to do the NRA next year. And I know you bought the farm.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
And it's about bought you.
Yeah, I was just thinking today. I wish I was at the NRA convention right now because it's the first one I've missed in the last several years. So
it's first one I missed since it was in Houston. So that's been since 13. So it's been 5 years. And I went to the one before that. It was in, it's probably been 10 years since I missed a show. I was thinking the first one I went with Talking Lead was in 13. But I went to the ones before that in Louisville and Nashville, Atlanta. So I went to a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I enjoy the show. It's a great show. It's just after that mayor did his thing, and I just didn't feel like going to another major city and being treated like a second-class citizen, even if it is Texas.
Yeah, I would like to be out there right now because it gives us a chance to go see our buddies, hang out with them a little bit, see our sponsors, and help them sell some stuff. And hey, I sold some crossbreed holsters up in Louisville, buddy. I outfitted every relative I had up there.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of our listeners stop in at the Louisville USCCA show too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really surprised at the number of people that stopped in, and the ones that weren't able to meet the day I was there were saying they missed me. And that were there the day before or there on Sunday. I had a lot of people message me and say that they wished they could have met up, but I just had too much on my plate that weekend.
If all goes well, I think next month is Blade Show here in Atlanta, so I'll be going to that for sure.
Yeah, I'll be in Wyoming, so that won't happen. But, oh well. What else we got here? So that was pretty much our NRA thing. We didn't really have a whole lot to talk about since I've been on the road, and Doug's been working on houses and farms and buildings and shooting coyotes and stuff.
And all the people we could pull as guests are at the NRA show.
Yeah. No, there's a few still out there that are like us that didn't go. But I've been getting texts for the last 2 days. Hey, man, where you be at the NRA and where you staying at? I'm like, I'm not going. Like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I got 20 texts in the last couple of days. Like, where you at? Where you gonna stay at? I'm not there, man.
I got a couple yesterday wanting to know what time we were going to be at the crossbreed booth, and I was like, probably not, but go see those guys anyway.
Yeah. Go by and say hi to crossbreed. We got several friends out there. I was trying to think. I was going to list who all was there today, and I didn't get it wrote down. Let's see where we got. You can stop by Laser Activated Shot Reporter. John will be there. Hoplite will not be there, I don't think. Of course, and some of the Terrace Alliance people will be there. I'm trying to remember who else is going to be there. They got some great deals right now, man. If you're an Terrace Alliance member, they have some great discounts and stuff. So you can check those out. Let's go ahead and run on to the next thing here. We'll get into our NRA Armed Citizen after we get through this.
Okay.
For guys can hang through us with us. Patreon, we've got the best Patreon listeners in the world that help us out with our show. We really appreciate all of the different Patreon supporters. Tim, Kim, John Oakland, Doug Schultz, Steve Stone, Shannon Copeland, and Chuck Shuttle are all like the top tier. Those guys are giving enormous amounts of money, and we appreciate that. We have patches and stickers for sale, and I just got two sale. I got one sale like 2 days ago. I got another sale just right before the show started, and I am not able to fulfill those orders because I am nowhere close to where I could ship anything. I knew I should have brought some patches and some materials with me, but I didn't, and now I've got several orders to fulfill. So I hope you guys can hang until I get back to the hacienda. I've got a guy watching the house for me. He's a ex Vietnam tunnel rat, so he's a bad little dude with a gun. So he's taking care of our puppies for us, and he's guarding the house for us. So, but he's not going to ship packages for you guys.
No, right
on. See, you can join the NRA to help out our show. Use our link, save yourself $10. A bunch of you guys have done that. I want to say thank you. They send us a little bit of love every time you guys join up or renew using our link. So we appreciate that very much. Go join the Second Amendment Foundation. If you got some extra change, go join Gun Owners of America. Support your local state gun organizations that are fighting for your rights. Because I know you guys, they've went to the states and they've attacked our rights at the states. They've just sort of abandoned the federal for the most part, and now they're attacking states' rights. So I know you guys are fighting those Democrats in your local states and your Rhino Republicans because they're just as bad.
Yeah.
In your local states, and make sure you go to your legislatures, you call them and you write them and you tell them that you do not want them infringing on your rights, and you will make them pay at the ballot box. And the stats are starting to come in now. It looks like the Democrats were all saying they were going to be winning, and it looks like now that's not the case because the polls are showing the opposite of what they were showing a couple weeks ago, because the Democrats have stepped out in the light to be seen for the evil people they are.
Yes.
They want to take away your rights, man. They want to put you in prison. They want to lock you up. They want to lock up the good people. They want to let the bad people roam free to be able to vote for them. Oh, did I say that out loud? Okay. DVOR, DVOR, great place, a great clearinghouse for Optics Planet. They have some great, amazing deals. If you're a person who cannot control their buying, their online buying, don't go there. But if you can manage yourself, go there. They have some great deals. But if you know you're the kind of person that will buy a deal, if you see it and run your bank account or your credit card up, then don't go there, because I don't want to be responsible for that.
Right.
Laser activated shot reporter. John, the guys over there have a really cool device that uses the webcam on your computer and a laser activated device like a SIRT pistol, which I don't have with me, and you set it up on your wall. You can put your target up on the wall, and you can practice dry fire in your house safely with that device. Hoplite armor, if you need body armor, which I'm really looking at getting some body armor here really soon. Hoplite armor, we are a affiliate, and our friend over there, Lyman Bishop, is a good friend of the show and a good Christian man as well. So check that out. Use our link in our show notes. Zija, I use Zija every day. Excuse me. I've used it a whole lot here this last week in Florida because I have allergies from whatever pollen's down here has had me coughing all week long, and I've been popping Zija morning and night, and I've been drinking the Zija tea, which is keeping me going. And as you get older, you know what that means. Uh, Crossbreed holsters. You get that one.
Crossbreed Holsters, if you are at the NRA, go out and stop and see our buddies at Crossbreed Holsters. Stop in and see Carol or Murray or Nathan or any of the ones that are out there, man. Go stop in. Tell them you listen to our show and you hear us talk about them all the time. Like we tell you, best holsters you'll ever wear. I had a lady down in Florida that took a recommendation on a gun that I told her she should try, and she's in love with it. She said, "Hey, you got me the perfect gun. Now what about a holster?" Crossbreedholsters.com. So go check them out. Hey, those guys will hook you up. Also, use our promo code GNG and get a discount when you check out. So, like I said, go by and stop and see those guys. Crossbreedholsters.com. Also, if you're at the NRA, Axelson Tactical, stop in at the Axelson booth and see our buddy Jeff, his mom Donna. They will be there. She will talk to you. If you stop for just a second, she will tell you the whole story behind how Axelson Tactical got started. She is such a sweet lady. She is just a pleasure to be around and talk to. Go check her. She's got white hair. You can't miss her. She'll have more people packed around her talking to her than probably anybody else will.
Yep.
When she's standing there. And
is Corky gonna be there?
I don't know. I don't know if they are or not.
That's a Jeff Dan.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Jeff in a while, so I don't know if he got a new cell phone number or what since he moved out of the communist state of California and moved out to their new place, so he might have got a new cell phone. But go check him out, axelsandtactical.com. He will have the rifles there. I know they are also doing a fundraiser. I was reading about it today, looking at some of the stuff. They are giving away a Danny Dietz tribute rifle. If you saw the movie Lone Survivor, you know Danny was one of the SEALs that got killed with Jeff's brother, Matt. Yep. And they have a tribute rifle, and they're going to be they're doing the drawing, they're selling raffle tickets and stuff, going to be giving away one of those tribute rifles. If you haven't seen one, you ought to check it out. It is awesome looking gun.
I bought 5 tickets today.
Did you?
Yeah.
For the Danny Dietz one?
Yeah, it's got that M203 grenade launcher on, baby.
Yes, it does.
And it's slick.
Yeah, if anybody would like to see it, just let me know, and I'll be happy to send you some pictures of it, because they had one of them last year at the NRA, and was it last? Yeah, I think it was last year where we got the books, the Danny Dietz story. I think we gave I gave either 1 or 2 books away on the show.
Yeah.
That Cindy had signed for us, and just sweet lady. And go check them out. They'll be around Axelson Tactical somewhere. So go stop in, tell them you hear us talk about them all the time.
Cool deal. Is that all over your stuff? Oh, Interiors Alliance, we spoke about earlier. Go to interioursalliance.com. You can find out more about it. They have a annual membership and a lifetime membership. With lifetime membership, there's only so many of those, and we're one of those lifetime members. I think we're number 21, and we got in early. We got on the ground floor, baby. But check them out. There's a multitude of companies under Interiors Alliance that are promoting each other and helping each other with marketing, and just a great bunch of guys. Most of those guys are ex-military, patriots, law enforcement, retired law enforcement, families of law enforcement or first responders. Great people. NRA Armed Citizen, Doug, what you got?
NRA Armed Citizen. This next week, I guarantee you our story will not come from Dallas, Texas. That's probably going to be the safest place to be.
Be careful. They may have to
anywhere.
There might be some crazy nuts down there protesting and attack the NRA guys.
If they're smart, they won't.
Yeah, if they're smart, they won't.
Yeah. This week's comes to us from New Orleans. Tow truck driver shoots a man in self-defense Friday night in Lower Garden District. That's coming out of New Orleans. This was February. This was February the 2nd. A man was shot by a tow truck driver who knew New Orleans police say was acting in self-defense Friday night in the Lower Garden District. Officers were called to the 1800 block of Felicity Street just after 6 p.m. when a tow truck driver reported shooting a man who was attacking him. Police say the man sustained non-fatal gunshot wounds and will be charged with the incident. The tow truck driver will not be charged. Yay.
Woohoo.
Go team moment.
You're still in studio the guns language there now. We have to pay him a royalty if you do that. Don't do that.
No.
Jared will send us a bill.
He didn't hear that one because he's at an NRA.
He's in there. He's probably smoking a big cigar right now.
Probably.
All right. So we're going to wrap this thing up. It's a short show tonight, guys. Sorry. It's just we're traveling, and I've not had anything to do with guns other than carrying them all week. Pretty much. I haven't had an opportunity to shoot. Just been visiting the family, sitting on the beach. I did go to the beach and sit on the surf, and my sand in the sand, my feet in the sand, my sand in the sand, my feet in the sand in my britches, sand in my hair, and I had a Glock 26 in my pocket. So,
there you go.
Yeah, and it can get salt water all over it in it and everything. You just rinse it off and wipe it down, put some frog lube on it, and rock on.
Yeah, baby.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. You have anything else, Doug?
That's it, man. It's been a good week.
Been a good week. It's been a busy week for me.
Yes, sir.
We thank John for hanging out with us. There's some more out there that are being shy, but we appreciate you guys watching. Let me find my notes again. I don't know where I'm at here. Okay. Send your feedback to Troy at guidinggunspodcast.com or
Doug at guidinggunspodcast.com.
Please tell your friends about us. Leave us an iTunes review and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/guidinggunspodcast. Subscribe to us and follow us on YouTube. So you subscribe, and then you click that follow thing in the corner up there. Maybe it's up here. I don't know. Let's flip that way. We already said that. Follow us on Twitter at GuidingGunsPod. Search for us on Instagram. And I don't think I posted much over there. Maybe one this last week. Search for us on MeWe. MeWe has blown up, man. People are requesting me on MeWe like 16 times a day. I don't know. Something's happened over on MeWe. I don't know what it is. I checked on the gun trades. It just ain't much over there trading. So I guess I need to go over there and stir things up. Our website is guidinggunspodcast.com. It's been working pretty well, I think. So we appreciate that. And if you've placed any orders, I appreciate it very much for stickers and for patches and for gun cleaning mats. And what else we got over there? We got some other stickers over there. And I've got a shirt guy now, and he's working on. I've seen the layout I want. He's sent it back. I'm send it back to him what changes I want to make on it. And I got a couple other products I'm looking at. So I got to have some money to buy a lot of that stock. So that's another reason I didn't go to the NRA. I need to buy shirts and stuff so I can sell shirts and stuff. So that's another reason. So hopefully we'll have some other products for you guys soon in the store. So until next time, Doug, have a blessed week.
And keep your guns close, but keep your Bible closer.
Good night, guys. Thanks a lot.
Good night. Have fun at the NRA.